Hello, BookTube. I have a quick Friday reads for you. This is a selection of the books I'll be reading this weekend that are not work related. I have quite a bit of work related reading to do. A bunch of reading on contemporary Chinese literature, and also a lot of reading I want to do on Abraham Lincoln. But I'm hoping that there'll be time and energy in addition for lots of other reading. And I want to show you those, starting with this thing, which comes out in the autumn. This is Wild Horse Country by David Phillips, a reporter named David Phillips, who studies the condition of the American Mustang, the iconic wild horses of the American West. He reports that half of them are actually half of the total number in the world in the West are kept in captivity by the U.S. government for what you would imagine horrific reasons for food, for being turned into food, but among other things. And I don't. It occurred to me when I was reading a little about this that I've seen wild horses, but I don't know anything about them. So I'll be reading that, and then I probably will read it again the closer we get to the release day. And then this thing, the next one, I missed completely in advance form. It's this, The Best Country Under Heaven, uh, by William Wallace, who's also, I believe, a reporter. Uh, oh no, he's a nonfiction writer whose work is really good. He did a book on Billy the Kid, and he also did a book you may have seen in your bookstores called Route 66, about Roman history. That was actually very engaging. This is about the Donner Party, and of course it has big shoes to fill because Ordeal by Hunger is still, after all this time, was it 80 years, 70 years, still the best book that I've ever read on the Donner Party. But this purports to be bigger. The Donner Party set in the broader history that explains them a little better, maybe, than the Stewart book did. So, and I didn't. This comes out in 2 weeks, and I didn't get an advance copy of it. I don't know why. So, I'll be reading this and seeing how it stacks up to its competition. And then the next one is Roman History: The Sons of Remus. This is a study by Andrew Johnston, who is a classics professor at Yale, uh, of how the citizens of Roman Spain and Gaul viewed themselves. Yeah, they were proud to call themselves Roman citizens, but this author in this book looks at all the ways that they incorporated non-Roman differences, and maybe even were proud of them. And he uses a lot of non-written sources, which is fascinating for me because I don't keep up on that. I don't. I used to subscribe to the Journal of Roman Studies, but I don't anymore since it's $100 or more, $200 a year for one issue. So I don't do it anymore. And the study of Roman monuments and coins and inscriptions and whatnot, I'm way behind on what we know and what we don't know. So this will be a learning experience, since I'm assuming that it will include a lot of that. I'm also hoping, since it's a book about the the way Romans in Gaul and Spain viewed themselves as Roman versus Spanish or whatnot, uh, I'm also hoping that my guy, the Roman Emperor Trajan, will appear in this book, will be used in this book, him and Hadrian. And uh, in case you're wondering if I'm going to do any made up stories this week, and I am, I'm going to do two that I know of, and then I'm sure there'll be more. The first one is a debut novel, The Reminders, by Val Emmich, who I guess is a TV star and also a singer. That's our author right there. I've seen that he's been doing a lot of social media about this book. This is his debut novel about a man who, well, let me read it to you here. Grief-stricken over his partner's death, Gavin Winters sets fire to every physical reminder of in the couple's home. A neighbor captures the ordeal on video, turning this unsung TV actor into a household name. Now Gavin is fleeing the hysteria of Los Angeles for New Jersey, hoping to find peace with the family of an old friend. Instead, he finds Joan. Joan is the family's 10-year-old girl who has eidetic recall. She can't forget anything. And she herself has had encounters with Gavin's partner, and they make a deal. She wants his help to break into the entertainment business, and he wants her to tell him in stereoscopic detail every last little bit of her encounters with him, so that he can get all of these reminders. And it's apparently the book is the story of the relationship that takes place between the two of them. Again, I didn't get an advance copy, so I will. I'll be reading this blind. I haven't tried it before. And then the other made-up story I don't actually have with me. It's the new Philippa Gregory. This is a rather ominous title, The Last Tutor. And I don't know if that's a threat or a promise at this point, but it is the 1,575,394th novel about Lady Jane Grey and her less than 2 weeks on the English throne. So it's got that working against it. I don't know that Philippa Gregory can do anything with that story. I don't know that Jesus Christ Returned to Earth could do anything with that story. But we shall see. I figure if I've read all the other 1.5 million novels about Jane Grey, I have to read this one. And that, I don't know why I don't have it here. I might have just forgotten. Or I might, oh no, I have an e-galley. That's why, and I don't have my iPad with me. But that's the bulk of what I will be reading this weekend when I am not passed out or working. And as usual, the Friday reads, I'd love to know what you're working on this weekend. I love reading that in the comments field, seeing the broad spectrum of what people are doing. And that's it for now. I will be back with another video as soon as I can. Thank you, BookTube.